A very good morning and welcome to the brief on Newsfirst. I'm Florine Rajendran and let's now take a look at your trending stories. The greatest tribute to war heroes who laid down their lives for the country is to protect the peace. This was a statement made by President Mahinda Rajapaksa at the Victory Day celebrations held in Mathura yesterday.
If we respect the war heroes who gave their lives for this country and you, then we must all protect this peace and harmony. Remember that they left us so we could have a nation undivided. They departed so we could build a nation that will never depart. Let us all aspire to live in our motherland without betraying even a drop of the peace that we were given. That is the greatest tribute you can give them.
Following the President's address to the nation, the 5th Victory Day parade commenced with the participation of 648 officers and 7,535 ranking personnel representing the three armed forces, the police and the civil defence force. Armoured vehicles of the Sri Lanka Army also joined the procession. The 5,000-foot descent of Army paratroopers onto the beach was another notable feature of the Victory Day celebrations.
Leader of the Sri Lanka Muslim Congress, Minister Rauf Hakim, says that the time has come for the party to take a very important decision. Speaking at an event held in Eravur, he said that the government has no faith in the Muslim Congress.
The Muslim Congress is not a party that works in expectation of ministerial positions. But today when you look at the situation, it appears so. Some are speaking of this now. People are saying that the Muslim Congress's only intention is to cling to ministerial positions. But when you look at it today, the number of ministers in Sri Lanka has increased. If you throw a stone, it will fall on a minister's head. Thereby, it is pointless to speak further of these ministerial positions. Nevertheless, there is no doubt that the time has come for the Sri Lanka Muslim Congress to take a very important decision.
Rescuers responding to the sunken ferry disaster in Bangladesh's central Mushiganj district had found 54 bodies by Saturday evening as the search continues for those aboard the ship. The ferry was salvaged yesterday so that rescuers could dive under the craft to search for more missing passengers.
The ferry was travelling to central Shariatpur district some 101 kilometers south of the capital Dhaka when the ship capsized on Thursday. Officials were uncertain as to the exact number of the missing passengers. They said some 12 missing passengers' relatives have so far lodged complaints to authorities urging the recovery of bodies which remain missing. The police said earlier that the ferry was carrying about 200 passengers.
China is sending 5 ships to evacuate the Chinese nationals from Vietnam following a wave of anti-Chinese riots. The Chinese government has already evacuated more than 3,000 people.
The first ship set sail yesterday while 16 critically injured Chinese nationals left Vietnam on a chartered flight. 2 Chinese workers have been killed and dozens more injured in unrest over a Chinese oil rig in disputed waters. Yesterday, the Vietnamese government called for an end to the protests. Officials said illegal acts would be stopped as they could damage national stability. However, dissident groups urged people to rally again in major cities today and the authorities broke up some anti-China protests.
Let's now take a quick look at the foreign exchange rates. And that's a wrap of the brief. Signing off from the Newsfirst Center, I'm Florine Rajendran, reminding you to stay briefed.